everyone, my name is Nisi Nurmelia Putri, and today I would like to present my analysis of a film entitled The Devil Wears Prada 2006. In this presentation, I will discuss how power relations are represented in the film by using Michel Foucault's 1977 theory of power relations. Before moving to the analysis, let me briefly explain the story. The Devil Wears Prada tells the story of Andrea, or Andy Sachs, a young journalist who gets a job as the assistant of Miranda Priestley, the editor-in-chief of Runway magazine. At first, Andy struggles because Miranda is very demanding and has a strong influence over everyone in the office. As Andy spends more time at Runway, she slowly changes her appearance, attitude, and lifestyle to fit the workplace. However, in the end, she realizes that the job is changing who she is. So she decides to leave and choose a different path. So now let's move on to the theory. This presentation uses Michel Foucault's theory of power relations, 1977. According to Foucault, 1977, power and power relations are embedded in the very structure of social life. This suggests no institutions, workplace, or human interaction exists outside the workings of power. Rather than being owned by a single person, power circulates through relationships, norms, and everyday practices, and quietly shaping how people behave, speak, and even see themselves. Power is not always visible or forceful. It seeps into the smallest detail of human interaction, operating both at an institutional level and in the more subtle dynamics between individuals. In The Devil Wears Prada, we can see this through the relationships between Miranda and her employees. So Miranda rarely needs to give direct threats because her authority already influences how everyone behaves. Now let's move on to the first evidence. So before this scene, Andy has just been accepted as Miranda Priestley's new assistant at Runway magazine. As a newcomer, she is still unfamiliar with the workplace culture and Miranda's leadership style. Emily then tells Andy, "You may never ask Miranda anything." This dialogue shows that Miranda's authority has already become an unwritten rule in the workplace. Although Miranda never gives this instruction herself, everyone understands how they should behave around her. According to Michel Foucault, 1977, power does not simply belong to one person. Instead, it operates through everyday interactions and social practices. In this case, Emily's statement demonstrates how Miranda's authority is reproduced by other employees. As a result, Andy begins to adjust her behavior before interacting with Miranda. This shows that power works through daily interactions rather than direct commands. From the cinematography perspective, the scene used an over-the-shoulder shot with an eye-level angle. The over-the-shoulder shot places Miranda as the visual focus while still showing part of the office environment, emphasizing her presence within the workplace. Meanwhile, the eye-level angle presents the situation naturally without exaggerating her position. Together, the shot and angle support the idea that Miranda's authority is already embedded in the daily culture of the workplace. Now let's move on to the second evidence. Before this scene, Andy has started adapting to her job at Runway. Although she is trying to do her best, she is still learning about Miranda's expression. When Miranda asks Andy to prepare some skirts at Calvin Klein, Andy politely asks what kind of skirts she wants. Instead of answering, Miranda says, "Please bore someone else with your questions." This dialogue shows how Miranda exercised her authority through everyday interactions. Rather than giving a direct punishment, she dismisses Andy's situation and makes her feel embarrassed in front of the others. According to Foucault, 1977, power is not always exercised through force. Instead, it can shape people's behavior through discipline. After this interaction, Andy becomes more careful in speaking and acting because she wants to avoid making the same mistakes, and this demonstrates how power encourages individuals to regulate their own behavior without being directly forced. From the cinematography perspective, the scene used a medium shot with an eye-level angle. So the medium shot captures both Miranda and Andy within the same frame, making their interaction and workplace relationship clearly visible. Meanwhile, the eye-level angle presents the situation naturally, allowing Miranda's authority to be conveyed through her words, expressions, rather than through dramatic camera positioning. And this visual representation strengthens the unequal power relationship between Miranda and Andy. And now let's move on to the last evidence. Before this scene, Miranda sacrificed Nigel to protect her position as editor-in-chief. After witnessing what really happened, Andy begins to question whether she wants to continue living by the same values. In the dialogue, Miranda said, "The truth is, there is no one that can do what I do, including her. I see a great deal of myself in you. You can see beyond what people want and what they need. And you can choose for yourself." And Andrea replied, "I don't think I'm like that. I couldn't do what you did to Nigel, Miranda. I couldn't do something like that." This dialogue marks an important turning point in Andy's character. Throughout the film, she gradually adapts to Miranda's workplace culture and expectations. However, in this moment, she chooses to reject the values that Miranda represents. And according to Foucault, 1977, power relations always leave room for resistance. When there is power, there is also the resistance. Although Andy has been influenced by Miranda's authority, she ultimately refused to accept that way of thinking. Her decision to leave Runway magazine reflects resistance against the existing power structure and shows that power can influence individuals but cannot completely determine their choices. From the cinematography perspective, this scene used a medium long shot with an eye-level angle. The medium long shot allows Andy together with her surroundings, emphasizing that she is no longer confined to the workplace where Miranda's authority dominates. Combined with the eye-level angle, the scene presents Andy's decision is a natural and balanced way, supporting the idea that she has regained control over her own choices by resisting the power structure she once followed. So, in conclusion, The Devil Wears Prada shows that power is not only connected to someone's positions or authority. Through Foucault's 1977 theory, we can see that power also works through workplace culture, everyday interactions, and the expectations people place on one another. And this decision, the film shows that power influences how individuals behave, think, and adapt to institutional expectations. And this decision to leave Runway magazine demonstrates that people can resist power and choose their own values. That's all from me. Thank you so much for your attention and for watching this video. I hope this presentation has given you a better understanding of how power relations are represented in The Devil Wears Prada through Michel Foucault's 1977 theory. Once again, thank you so much for your attention and for watching this video. See you next time and have a great day.